Hi, good afternoon. Hi, please take a seat. Hello, my name is Gwen. I'm your counselor for today. How may I address you?
You can call me May lah.
Okay, May, nice to meet you. Okay, thank you so much for being with me in this session today.
Yeah.
Okay, hope you had a good day so far.
Okay. It was okay.
All right,
Yeah.
great. Now, May, before we begin, I would like to share with you some information. Okay, now in this counseling session, right, we will consider your best interest at the heart of everything that we carry out in the session, right? It is not what I think is the best way for you, but hoping that you will find the best way for yourself moving forward.
Okay.
And also in this counseling session, I'll be following an ethical framework. Basically, it is a set of ethical guidelines and principles, alright? Okay, and as part of the ethical framework, there is this notion about code of confidentiality. Do you know what this means?
I think briefly I know a bit lah.
Okay, maybe I share with you.
Yeah.
Alright, a little bit more. Then if you have any questions, you can ask me. Alright. So basically, what it means is that whatever that is being said or shared in the session will be kept between you and me, right? Okay, so it will not be disclosed to another party. Okay. However, there are two possible exceptions that I may need to breach the code of confidentiality. Right. The first exception is, should I sense that you're going to harm yourself or the people around you, then I may need to report to my supervisor or the relevant authorities. Is that agreeable with you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Alright. Now, the second exception, it is still set under the ethical framework. Alright, that is that in our, as part of our agency practice, we have a supervision kind of framework. Right. Now, all counselors have to have supervision. So what this means is that there will be times when I will walk through my case with my supervisor, who is also a trained therapist, and sometimes with a group of counselors as well. Right? During the session, alright, we will not disclose any information that will identify the people whom we work with. That means that information like the name and addresses of the people will not be shared. Right? And we have this kind of session is because it is for the benefit of the clients whom we work with, in terms of hoping to obtain a fresh perspective or looking at the cases in different angles. Is that agreeable with you?
Yeah.
Alright, great, okay. Anyway, May, before we continue, do you have any questions for me? Okay, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Now this is a safe place, so please, alright, be very open, alright, with me, alright, in sharing your thoughts, your emotions, okay? So, what brings you here today, May?
I think it's a recycle back a bit. Just now when you said whatever we share will not be shared with anyone else, right?
Yeah.
Like even if it's like, let's say like someone from my family calls you, also it won't be shared, right?
That's right. It is a very strict kind of ethical framework.
Okay.
Right? Only on the two possible exceptions I mentioned. Okay.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's good. You know, as I said,
Yeah.
please feel free to clarify.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think so. Basically, like I got married 2 months ago to someone that I'm very comfortable with. Like I think we get along very well and like all of that. But like actually I felt this since even before we got married, but then like I think maybe we are more friends than lovers actually. So like now I'm like considering like after we actually got married, then I'm like, like really like this one, like do I really want to stay married, or like should I just cut it short so that we don't drag it out, you know?
What makes you think this way?
like I think my gut feeling lor, you know, like a lot of my gut, like morning, like this morning when I wake up, then I turn, I see him sleeping next to me, then I just like got this very strong repulsion. Then like, oh, I don't want to be near you. And then like, how can I sleep next to him for the rest of my life if this is how I feel? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must be a little bit too much for you in a way.
I think just confused because I don't want to hurt him, you know.
Okay.
Like he's a good person. He's a really good person. Like, I don't want to hurt him just because of my own. And I also don't want to like rush into a decision. You know, because I cannot say, oh, I want to divorce you. Then after like 1 week later, actually I don't want. Then that's very. So I think I'm also trying to really think, what is it that I really want. Yeah.
So I wonder what were the reasons when you actually said I do to him.
Dependable. He's very dependable. He's like a rock, you know. And with everything like a rock, right? Very stable, very dependable, but also then boring lah. Like, you know, he's really just like a block of rock here. So I think like it was more like, and then also I really wanted to move out of my house. And then, you know, you get married, you can get BTO, right? And then you got a resale flat some more. So like, I was just sound a bit bad lah, but I think I just took it as a exit ticket from my house.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
I
I think we have different perspective as to what this partnership is. Like for me, it's very, to put it a bit heartlessly, right? It's more like a economic proposition. You get a subsidy, and then like it's like, oh, like I can trust him, can depend on him, and then that's why like, okay, you can apply for HDB together. But I think on his hand is more feeling. Like, yeah, they're like, oh shit, man, I have less feelings than him. So I think that's why I'm a little. Should I just tell him to cut it? Like, you know.
I see. Okay. Before I ask another question, just want to clarify, when you say subsidy, what are you referring to?
Like the HDB subsidy, because we got a resale flat that's near my family home.
Oh, I see.
So there is that proximity grant and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for clarifying with me about this point. So now, me, what is your idea about marriage? To you, what is marriage? In other words.
Honestly, to me, it's just a piece of paper, and then you can get state support. You know, so like good deal lah. You know, like a damn good deal. And like I think maybe like not like a partnership lor, but not like a partnership like oh, this one can get along, and then just like, you know, like keep each other company and like that kind of thing. Yeah, like nothing too dramatic lah. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, in your own mind, what is the ideal life partner that you have?
I think my ideal life is like, I think we have to be on the same page emotionally. I think the problem with this one is we're on different pages. Like for me, it's very straightforward, right? Like I just want the HDB subsidy, and then we live together like housemates. But I think for him, he wants a more deeper kind of like union. And then I'm like, but union, like I got union with other people, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean like emotional connection, not in other kind of sense, right?
Yeah.
No. Just want to clarify also, because when you mention union, all right, it could be all right, like in a platonic kind of manner. It's like more of like an emotional connection. But union can also mean that, you know, union as in like a guy and a girl, you know, having a certain kind of sexual relationship. So when you mention that you can have this union with others, what were you trying to imply?
Not my proudest moment lah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
not my proudest moment. So I
Okay,
think now
okay.
also how to tell him.
I see.
Yeah.
So can I be very open and ask you this question. Does this mean that you have someone else?
But we just got married 2 months only. So like, ayo, jialat. Yeah.
I think by you coming here to have a chat, it also means that perhaps there's something that you feel that you shouldn't be just giving up after 2 months.
Yeah, I mean not just giving up, but also like I don't want to be a bad person, and he's such a good person.
I want you to think through also, alright, like when you were with him, as in your husband, right, what actually makes you feel that you could actually stay in a marriage with him in the first place?
Stability, like it's really the stability. Like he gave me the feeling that he'll be there forever. That I will like, no matter what, he'll just be there. Like I can go home to him. Yeah.
Okay, and do you think that this is an important aspect for a relationship?
That I can go home to him?
And stability part?
I think when a house is involved, yes, right, it's a housemate situation. But like it's my husband, my housemate, then get married for what, Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Have you considered how will he react if you have decided that you would like to end this?
I think he'll be hurt lor. I think maybe quite surprised also. Then he'll be like, where did this come from? Yeah.
What have you done so far, like to move forward in the relationship besides coming here, which is a very good starting point?
I've been trying mostly like just trying to think things through on my end because I mean like now it's just a series of decisions that like do I tell him this happened, how to say it, and then I think a lot of self-reflection that I want to come like self-work first. So I think externally like same lah.
Okay. And do you feel that having this issue with your husband, in terms of like you having different perspective from him, and then he's like a little bit boring, right? This particular.
But he's a good person.
Yes, I'm not saying he's not a good person.
Yeah.
But do you think that if it's only these factors, alright, that is in play, without the other person that you kind of mentioned about the union part, will it actually affect you more in terms of wanting to? That means what I'm saying is that if you minus this union person part away, alright, do you think you'll be able to work better in the relationship?
I think we need to actually have a very honest conversation with each other about what we want out of this relationship first. Because now I'm not saying anything because I don't want to disappoint him. Then he's also not saying anything because I mean I'm guessing lah because we never talk, right? But like maybe he also wants to don't want me to feel like I'm tied down. Yeah. So I think it can work, but we need to really talk to each other. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a very good start for you to think about communicating with him, right? Okay, I think that is also a foundation for every relationship, not just like our session here, right? As our session is coming to an end soon, allow me to just summarize, alright, okay, May. So your main reason for being here is that you're asking yourself whether should you stay on with the marriage arrangement with your husband, alright, and you feel that both of you are on different kind of perspective in terms of viewing marriage. To you, it is more of like a stability to a house. Okay, to him it's more of the emotions part that he wants to kind of walk the rest of his lifetime with you, or the emotions part. So therefore, you feel that the expectation are a little bit different. Okay, and then you also. But however, you know that it may be something that you want to work on. Alright, that's why you're here. Okay, and you also mentioned that you will want to try to communicate with him, to talk to him about this. Alright, so that whether is it you or him, both of you can find the best way forward. Is that right? Did I miss out any points?
Yeah, I think the gist of it is that I'm the more heartless one in this relationship.
I wouldn't say that. Well, if you're really heartless, you wouldn't even be here talking to me. You would just make that decision, correct? Without even considering. Okay. So I hope that you will, for the next 1 week, spend time to work on what you mentioned to me. Alright, that you would like to maybe talk to him, and then I look forward to hear from you. How is the outcome?
Yeah.
Okay. Will next week, this time on a Sunday, is it still okay for you to meet up?
It should be okay.
Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah,
Then.
thank you.
Okay. No, thank you so much. All right. Okay. Let me see you out there.